Hey everybody, it's Planner Colleen. Today I am going to do a flip through of my Pippa Planner. I received this as a gift for Christmas from my sister and I was extremely happy. I love Pippa O'Connor and I am a huge fan of her jeans, her Pocos. So when I received this, I was over the moon. The packaging got me more excited than what was actually inside because they are just packaged beautifully. There is different designs that you can choose from. I don't know, would you call it a crow or a bird in sort of a grey theme, and then as you can see it's like a rose gold foil on the front with time to get organised. When you open your Pippa Planner, one thing you're going to notice is it's quite large. I don't put this in my handbag or take it around with me daily. I do use it as an at-home planner simply because it's so heavy. It is one of the best quality planners that I've ever seen. The paperweight, the cover, the prints, which I'll show you in a while, but it is quite large. Just with my measuring tape, it's 6 inches wide and nearly 9 inches long. Now it can fit in a large handbag by all means. I tend to sit down once a week and fill it out in advance of the week ahead. And at the end of the week I'll sit down with it again and go back over the week, firstly to see if I have achieved any of the goals that I set for myself, but also in hindsight if there was something that I hadn't wrote in already. When you open the Pippa Planner, it resembles a book in that it's a hardback. I kept my little Pippa sticker from the packaging. It's just so pretty. The thought process that went into this was definitely female orientated. I don't think that they've been designed for men, and you'll see why as you flip through. There's a lovely little note from Pippa. As you see, it's signed "Much Love P," and it goes through that managing your daily tasks with the help of her pip tips to brighten up your day. There is then a couple of lovely photos. And the main woman herself, Pippa. Now this is an undated planner, so you then go on to 2018 at a glance, 2019 at a glance. You then go forward into dreaming of a getaway. So like I said, if I was planning a trip, you'll have your destination, dates and details, and a to-do. There's 4 of these on each. I'm just covering my plans for my future trip to Rome later on in the year. I have put a little paper clamp up here because it is now March, so I'm a good bit into the planner. So I'm going to flip forward to, this is for next week. So these are stickers that I made myself on my silhouette. There is absolutely no need, I don't think, to be putting stickers in a Pippa Planner because they are so pretty, but it's just become an addiction for me, and I use them a lot in my Midori and my Filofax. So I had set up a sticker layout for March and I just altered the sizes to fit my Pippa Planner, and I'm so happy with it, the way it turned out. I'm not very familiar with making stickers. It's only something I've gotten into in the last couple of weeks, maybe the last month or so, and I'm really enjoying it. The silhouette software that I use, once you get the hang of it, I think it's like Microsoft Word or Excel. Once you know how to do it, it's easy. It's like everything, if you know how to do it, it's easy. But there definitely was easily, I'd say I put in 100 hours at least learning how to use the software. The undo button is your friend. I've said that to a lot of people when they've asked me about the silhouette software. If you make a mistake, just click undo and it brings you back to the point where you were prior to making that mistake. I'm going to flip forward now onto the next 3 months. So every 3 months, so that would be 4 times in a year, you'll come to this section in the planner where it's a plan for the next 3 months. So you set goals you want to achieve and your goal deadline. So what I usually do here is obviously write down all the goals that I want to achieve and the goal deadline. Generally my goals are more personal goals, like to be a better listener. So I want to achieve this goal daily. So I'll sort of write down the frequency here more than the goal deadline. So I want to achieve this on a daily basis. Or if I wanted to go to the gym, then 3 times a week, then I'd write here. Or if I wanted to go hill walking, I might arrange 2 trips in a month. So I'll write 2 trips in 1 month here. And then tasks and notes. I tend to use this section as my savings log. So then at the end of the month, I can tally it all up. So I'll divide it up into 3 sections for each month for the 3 months ahead. It's very handy as well just to keep track of it. Month 4. So as I said, this is an undated planner. So this doesn't necessarily mean that it is April. Now it just so happens for me that I started my planner in January, so it is April for me. So month 4 could be October or January for some people. It just depends when you start your Pippa planner. I think it's a really good idea to have it undated because it just leaves it more varied. I can see as a businesswoman the reason she did it as well, so that she doesn't have an abundance of sales in December for the New Year market. So it's a perfect gift for anyone, irrelevant of when their birthday is. You can gift them a Pippa planner at any point in the year. Going in then, you have pip tips and you have just lovely little quotes as you go along. So in month 4 for me it says, I don't know how to do this, but I know I'm going to do it. And then her pip tip is, nude heels are a wardrobe staple. A nude shade will elongate and flatter the legs. If you are short or you want to give your legs a longer look, go for a pair with no straps around the ankles. That will give the illusion of more height. Now that is a very good tip because I'm 5'0", so the longer my legs could possibly look, the better. And you know, it's just lovely to read as you're going into a month ahead. I like her pip tips in that obviously they're all very positive as well, but especially with the inspirational quotes on the left as well. You then go to your month on 2 pages, so you can plan the month ahead and you can write up in the top corner here what month it is. And then you have your week on 2 pages. So the way it's laid out, you have 5 weeks, because you know sometimes a month might possibly go into the 5th week. So even though you mightn't have, obviously there's 4 weeks in a month, but the first week of the month might start on a Sunday and the last week then would end on a Monday. I think that's how it works out. So it was a very good idea. So sometimes when you get to the end of the month, I might have actually started into the next month, depending on what day that the month finishes. And then you have your little agenda here. I think this is very handy as well, especially if you're going to use this in an office, if you have meetings. I honestly don't see this planner being used as an on-the-go planner. I can see it being a staple on someone's desk. As I said, it's because of it being such good quality that it is so heavy. So one of my favourite things about it is also one of the reasons that I wouldn't have it in my handbag. It's sort of ironic in a way, but it would definitely be a perfect on the desk planner. Or as I said, like I use it myself. I sit down twice a week with it. Week 2 of April, week 3 of April, and week 4 of April. Also up the top here, even for tax purposes, I find this really handy. You can write what week of the month it is, because for tax purposes, if there's 53 paying weeks in a year, then you're entitled to a week's tax back. So it's just a handy little thing when you get to the end of the year to know if you are entitled to tax back money. And for example, coming up to the end of April, that will then be the 17th week of the year. You have April, week 16, and the date from that for the week is the 15th to the 20th. And then at the end of the month, you have your little notes. What I tend to do here is write down things that I need to get done within that month. Like if I wanted to get my hair done before the end of the month, a nail appointment, get the dogs vaccinated, get a plumber in, get an electrician into the house, anything like that that needs to be done, I would put in this section. Also, what is lovely about this blank paper section as well is if you do go away on holidays or if you go on a trip somewhere, you could use this as a little scrapbooking section and put a little photo in, or you could put like a ticket stub. I just think it's lovely then. So when you look back on it at the end of the year, it would be both like a mini scrapbook and your journal for the year. And then into the next month. The graphics in this planner are simply beautiful. Each month as I go on forward, it's just absolutely beautiful. All of her little pip tips and her inspirational quotes are lovely, and you can definitely see there was no expense spared in creating this planner. I would describe it quality wise as a very good hardback book more than your typical planner. The paper is very heavy, so it can withhold a really good fountain pen, which I like, and it is also hardback as well. In your Pippa Planner then as well, you'll have silk bookmark. As I said, I always sort of have clips and paper clips, but I do use it for the start of the month here, so I can go back and forth to my savings log, which is what I use this section for. So that's why I put my bookmark in that section, and then I tend to keep a paper clip open on the week that I'm using. You can buy the Pippa Planner, I think they were on offer recently for €20 on pippacollection.com, and I also think that Eason's stock them. There is 4 or 5 different themes. I'll put up a little photo if I can of them to choose. I didn't choose this one myself, but even if I was to buy it for myself, I possibly would have chosen this. It's like a dark navy, almost purple, and then you can see the rose gold foil that was used on the front, and then you have it on the side. It's a 12-month planner, undated, from the Pippa collection. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping to do a flip through later in the week of my Midori's as well. I'm not using them as much because I have switched over to my Filofax, but I am getting closer and closer to saving up for my Louis Vuitton PM, so hopefully I might have that by the end of the month, and I'll also do a video of that for you as well. Thank you again, and please subscribe. Bye.